Oh, what a game. What a game. First off, before I even go into the Bucks, I don't want to be a hater. I've been giving Dak a hard time. I've been worried about the shoulder. I want to tip my cap to Dak Prescott. First of all, Dak Prescott was the surprise of the game. He threw the ball 58 times. He was on the money with everything. Nobody expected the Cowboys to be able to hang with the Bucks. Um, it was a tremendous game, instant classic, shootout. Let's go down the line. I got 5 MVPs of the game. 5 best players on the field offensively. The 5 best players on the field. Brady, Prescott, Amari Cooper, Gronk, Antonio Brown. Yeah, that's the surprise of the night. Not so much Amari Cooper. Brady's 44, so you still have to see it. Guy looked tremendous. But then the other 3, you got Antonio Brown. That was the guy I was so worried about. I was worried about Antonio. What would his role be? How is everything going with him? The guy looks like Antonio Brown from Pittsburgh when he was the best receiver in the league. He was tremendous. 125 yards on 5 catches, a touchdown. He's probably the best receiver on the team. Brown, Gronkowski. He was partying 2 years ago, retired. He's back. He's lean. He looks good. He made a tremendous football play the other night, last night. Gronkowski made a play that you have to play with a guy for years and years to even do it. Gronkowski's lined up. The other team goes into 0 coverage. That means there's no safeties back. The whole team is lined up with your guys, right? Gronkowski goes in his 3-point stance. He sees that the guy he's got to block, but he sees the linebacker right here looking like he's going to blitz. Gronkowski looks back at Brady, and you see it on the other angle. Brady looks at Gronk. They both knew Rob Gronkowski had to block the defensive end first. He had to. But if he could block him and if he could see the linebacker actually go, there's no one there. So if he could get a hand on him and then sprint this way, the only guy that could cover Gronk is the defensive end that was rushing. Now, even if that defensive end was 3 times as fast as Gronk, to become an upfield and then realize you've been had when Gronk splits and goes back, and that's what happened. The guy did turn around and go back, and he got Gronk's feet by the end zone, but he was already fooled, and Gronk had his feet in the dirt. Here's how it happened. All of a sudden, he went back. He got his hands on him. Good block. He saw the guy blitz. Brady saw it too. Gronk, quick, let go, went. The guy realized, oh, shit, he went after Gronk. Gronk caught it. The guy didn't. The blitzer got to Brady, not in time. The defensive end recovered, not in time. Touchdown Gronk. And Gronk had 2 tutties. So Brady, Antonio Brown, Gronk are my 3 MVPs of the Bucks because they didn't make really any mistakes. The other receiver, the other guys that were there, both running backs screwed up a little bit. Fournette didn't play bad, but both running backs made big mistakes. If you fantasy owners, Ronald Jones got thrown in the doghouse. He got benched. So you can't look at his stats and say, oh, my God, I got to get rid of him. He got benched. That happens in football. You have to know about football. He fumbled, and that fumble resulted in a Dallas touchdown. Tampa Bay had the ball inside their own 20, 25, about to start a drive. They handed it off to Ronald Jones on first down, got punched out, fumble, and you can't cough the ball up. And we know Bruce Arians is a no bullshit type of guy. He fumbled, and that was it. We saw playoff Lenny for the rest of the game, Leonard Fournette. And then Leonard Fournette made a big screw up. Even though he was playing well, they set up a beautiful screen. Everybody got lost. He just veered off with the line. Brady threw a little dunker, hit him right in the head, did a Dre, right in the head, and went to the other guy, and it was an interception. So that's really on Leonard Fournette. It's not on Brady, but he didn't play bad. Godwin, big time game. but he's not in my MVP thing because he had a big fumble later on that could have cost them the game. Godwin, 9 catches, 100 and some yards. Tremendous player. Tremendous player. Doesn't have the hands of Gronk and Brown or Evans, but he's a tremendous football player, and he's always going to be there in those high numbers. But he was devastating. Mike Evans was like the forgotten guy. What did he catch? 2 balls and drop? I said in my last video I was a little worried about Mike Evans on the downside of his career. And now with these new guys, I mean, you don't even have the same team you had when Brady got there, like the Jameis Winston Bucks. Like, they didn't have Antonio Brown, Gronk. Like, you know, Godwin's emerging. Mike Evans might be the last guy on the totem pole, which isn't so bad. You know, that's why I said they got an embarrassment of riches. The Cowboys shocked the shit out of me. Dak Prescott, for a guy that didn't play since last October 2020, looked on point. He was on the money. He was throwing the ball before the receivers were breaking. That interception he threw was not on him. That's why I put him and Amari Cooper in my 5 MVPs. CD Lamb played a good game, but he made a big mistake too. He came across, Dak threw a bullet. He let it rip. The shoulder looked good. Hit CD right in the hands. So CD, you can say he's going to be one of the best, but you got to watch, you got to reserve the all-time over-the-top comments for everybody. CD, you could see him last year being a good rookie. Tonight you saw him looking like super. But a great receiver does not drop that ball that went through his hands and ended up being an interception that helped the Bucks. You know, like Jerry Rice, he never dropped the ball. Like, I've seen DeAndre Hopkins go a whole season without dropping a ball. You know, so I see Godwin drop some balls. I see CD drop some balls, you know. But they're still great receivers. But there's only a few great ones. Antonio Brown's a great one. That's why I took a little flyer on him in my fantasy football. I mean, he was a great one, and he's still young. And I figure if he's with Brady now a whole year and the team and structured and back to normal, you're going to see what you saw tonight. So I'm very pleased. I said in the last video, I said, please, if Antonio gets 4 for 41, that's a bad sign. Well, he came out the way I hoped he would. Amari Cooper with CD and Dak throwing that way. Here's the thing. Dak and Dallas, whoever the offensive coordinators for Dallas, the new guy, they took some shot on their game plan against Tampa Bay. Can they win like this every week throwing 58 passes? Probably not. The bread and butter of Tampa Bay's defense is the defensive line and the linebackers. It gets weaker at the secondary. Dallas totally played away from the whole defensive line. Everything was outside. They threw 100 balls outside in the seam. They just didn't even think about running, which would make me a little nervous if you got Ezekiel Elliott high in your draft. They didn't even think about running. They decided we're not going to even mess with this front four and Vita Vea and Dominic Sue and behind them Davis. We're not even going to White. We're not even going to mess with them. We're going to throw all over the place, and it almost worked. It almost worked for a win because you had that kicker that just had a back surgery. Another thing, stupidest move of the year. A kicker, they were just interviewing him before the game. He had a back surgery. So what happens? He comes out, he misses a chip shot field goal for Dallas. That's 3 points they could have had. Then he misses an extra point off the bar. So then what does Dallas do with like a minute and a half left in the half? They try a 60-yard field goal with him. Like, what? That was the dumbest thing ever. But it was just a great game back and forth, and nobody lost it. Tampa Bay won it. And the thing that surprised me, other than Dak Prescott and how good he looked, still going to be a management thing. If he does have something wrong, how long could he be like this? I hope he could be like this the whole year because it makes the league better. But how long could Dak hold up like this? And these new guys on the Bucks are making a big impact. This team, we might not have even seen this team close to peak yet. The Bucks are going to be scary. Gonna be scary. Peace out.